on us was that if I do this, the only way we survive is that if you guys turn it around. And then that message was resonated to the teams itself, the business teams, the product teams, the engineering teams. I myself was working from home, but I was working 14-15 hours a day, working closely with the product teams, working closely with the engineering team, just to find that right product market fit that would let us survive that COVID pandemic. At that time, I wouldn't say every day was hunky-dory because of the pressure that we had. But having said that, what I believe what made us survive was the very clear values and indications that how and why we are doing this. And I think that's the cornerstone of culture itself as well. Whatever we are doing, why we are doing it, why it is that important. And then if people are with you, they will stick around and they will do great things. And that's my experience, and that's how I define culture. And even right now, for one of the 7 values that we have, one of those values is that customers are the starting and the ending point of our journey. We are here because of our customers. We will not be here because of our customers. And that's what we still believe. And that's what led us to our survival and then growth beyond that.
Okay. Vakal bhai, I mean, when it comes to culture, obviously you have a cross-functional team which is based. I mean, it's not just the culture; it's the time zone as well, and multiple things that impact in your line of work. So, I mean, on an ending note, like, what is your take on the culture, and how much does it affect you?
It's definitely super important to build an inclusive, collaborative, easy to work in culture. We've had the luxury, you could say, or the coincidence, to have a very, very distributed team. We are in the business of scanning the world, bringing everything that's out there to a digital library that any creator can use to make environments, experiences, games, films. So, us wajah se we had this necessity to have staff members around the world. We've had staff, and we still have staff in different parts of Africa. There's Ireland, Germany, the UK, Poland, Sweden, Finland, US, Australia, you name it. We had lots of people around the world scanning for us, producing content for us, bringing it to our platform as well. So, I mean, if you have an inclusive culture, if you have, good leadership, not praising myself here, but just saying, the entire leadership chain has to be, has to have the same mindset. I think it's been a wonderful experience having this international team, having this melting pot of cultures where everyone just comes together regardless of where they are in the world to help us get to where we want to be. और उसके अलावा I think it's just important to mention that when you grow from, let's say, 10 people at the time when you have, let's say, a product market fit for a startup, to the 100, to the 1,000, it's important because it's impossible to propagate culture just by 1 or 2 or 4 people. It has to be instilled in every layer of your team so that they can operate as independent units and still have the same harmony, still have the same friendliness, still have the same drive to develop the product without the organization being too flat.
Yeah, and when it comes to culture, I think my 2 cents on this would be that in certain cases we hold ourselves accountable for the things that people are not even measuring as a KPI, and that is a very local thing that I think happens in most of the organizations. For example, we think that if certain thing is being done a certain way in any part of the US, Africa, or any other country, we think that they might be better and whatever we are doing is subpar. And I think it's refreshing that we see people actually clearing that notion that no, whatever we do, it has a good standard and it competes with whatever line of work that we're engaged in, and it's changing, and that's refreshing. So yeah, as much as I'd like to ask a few more questions, I think we're short on time, and I would like to just close the session. Thank you so